Welcome to the January 6, 2020 Advance Report from McGowanGroup clients and NetWorthRadio.com listeners. I'm Spencer McGowan, your financial weatherman, with the charts and graphs that go with this week's program. Also, I'm president of McGowanGroup Asset Management, NetWorthRadio.com. This week starts with a huge financial impact overnight. At the Baghdad airport, top Iranian military leaders taken out, and the markets reacted instantaneously overnight before Friday morning's open. What did we have happen? Well, Dow Jones Industrial Average down 300 points in overnight trading as the market opened, actually rallied a bit from that. Where were the other impacts? The immediate impact on oil goes to $64. Now, this calls up the scenario that we saw when the Iranians struck the Saudi refining fields in Saudi Arabia. And what they did in that strike spiked oil to $66 a barrel. How long was the impact? Well, the escalation didn't occur at that point. So escalation is the key to watch in this next week and the potential 2020 impact. It is a wake-up call for investors on the commodity inflation front, and some sort of energy commodity allocation may be a great idea at this point. And of course, we've covered the energy infrastructure. What happened in the bond markets? Well, this is a 5-day chart, as the others were, and you can see the price of a 20-year U.S. Treasury in this case. 20-year price spikes almost immediately. It was a flight to treasuries, and we see this with geopolitical unrest. This next week will tell us, is there an escalation that we should be concerned about from the financial markets? The commodity index waking up, as I mentioned before, we can see this right here. Did the commodity index form a bottom here? And are commodity prices set to rise for 2020? That's an unfolding story. And again, allocation adjustments should be made, I believe, in the bargain energy infrastructure category. It's not a recommendation for your portfolio till you go to NetWorthRadio.com and set your time to come down for your own customized plan. Now, here we go with the 2019 recap. It was a year for all on equity. Large cap stocks, led of course by names like Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon, topped the charts with a 31.5% overall asset class return. REITs had a big year because interest rates fell about 29%, small cap 25%. Those with a responsible allocation, something less than 20%. The U.S. corporate high yield at 12.6%. One of the factors going into 2020, let's look at the economic forecast and then household net worth with some good news for the happy new year. As we go forward here, what we've got is a 2% real GDP forecast, the lowest point in recent memory being 2016, just 1.6%, the acceleration to 2.3%. Going forward, it's about a 2% economic growth forecast, and inflation moderating at about 2%. That is a boring scenario. Here's what's exciting for 2020. Household net worth, debt service, overall debt. A few comments here. Record household U.S. net worth after debt, by the way, $117 trillion. Compare that to the peak of 07 before the crisis here, $71 trillion. Over a $45 trillion increase in the net worth of U.S. households. That is an amazing increase. What happened to liabilities? $16 trillion? Well, they were only about $13 trillion back here. That means the debt ratio is healthy for U.S. households. This is not a factor because you had a $45 trillion increase and debt service at historic lows according to this chart, less than 10% of income. That's a bright forecast combined with the jobs market, and we'll see in the second half what might derail that in terms of government policy. But for right now, it is a full speed ahead with caution, especially after this most recent headline from Iraq. I'm Spencer McGowan, your financial weatherman, President, McGowan Group. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to get to NetWorthRadio.com for your 2020 plan upgrade. Thank you for tuning in to our YouTube channel. I'm Spencer McGowan, President, McGowan Group, your financial weatherman. We sponsor each week NetWorthRadio.com broadcast that has the charts and graphs, many of which you saw today. We also sponsor this YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe for fast-breaking news, an alert when we post something in a market condition that may have changed. Our goal is to help you as an investor make the right decisions at the right time. And that's part of what this YouTube channel is about, as well as NetWorthRadio.com. I am well served with a team of 10 people, including myself. And that team that cares is actually made up of people who are devoted to your net profits and your success, as well as excellence in service. If you want an educational experience to follow this up, get to NetWorthRadio.com, the McGowanGroup.com. Right here, we disclose our net client experience all the way back to 2001. What that includes, the bear market cycles of 02, 08, 2018, and the recoveries through the most recent quarter. That is true education of investors and exactly how our clients have done, disclosed right here. Further disclosures, value at risk of loss. Yes, investments are going to fluctuate. That's part of the reason for this broadcast. And that can actually work to your advantage. We'll build that into your plan. So I urge you to go to NetWorthRadio.com, fill out the preliminary client questionnaire, a free 1-hour brainstorming session by phone or at the Crescent in Dallas, and we will map out a multi-year plan for you and your family that's appropriate. Just because we talk about a security on this broadcast or any securities doesn't make it a recommendation for your portfolio until you have that written plan. Thank you for tuning in today, and we'll be back next week as your financial weatherman.